23 minutes early. I don't even know what. Okay, so I think I got it because I think how my preset on my software, my OBS, was set for a lower like resolution. I had to make it higher in order for it to be compatible with YouTube. It's a mess. It's a mess that I really don't care for. How are you, Jamie? And here I am. Yes, I'm doing okay. I woke up with a sore throat. Like my throat hurts. Um, and like I feel my eyes feel very tired, and my nose has been running here and there. So okay, no worries. Yeah, I just think that the flu or whatever is going around, it finally catched up to me. So I feel tired. I wish I had headphones, but I don't have them here. Yay, you're back. How does the stream look? Is it loud enough? Hope you're not coming. I know, me either. Cause I have to like work, so I really don't want to be sick. Because right before I went to Houston, um okay, perfect. Right before I went to Houston, I had a okay, perfect. I had a stomach, but I had something because so before Houston, I went to Mexico 2 weekends before, and then the weekend before Houston, I went to Vegas, and I think that's how it was. I believe. Um, and then after I got back from, or did I go to Vegas first and then Mexico? I don't really remember, but when I got back from Mexico, I got a stomach bug. Hey, Smudge. I don't know what happened to my Twitch, why I didn't let you comment, because I had like, I went into my I went into my settings and everything seemed fine. I don't know. It's a mess. But right before I went to Houston, I had a stomach bug that I was literally going to the bathroom. Like, I couldn't eat anything because I couldn't hold it in my stomach or hold it down or whatever. So I was having like very, very sharp pains like in my stomach and like my abdominal area was just like this harsh, harsh pain. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Um, because I had to go to work still, and um, anything and everything I drank was like I kept going to the bathroom. I couldn't hold it in. Yeah, it was terrible. I was literally miserable. And yeah, I was miserable. And then I said, I'll get better, whatever. And then I felt fine for like a day or two. I thought it was just like gonna pass, and then finally, like, I couldn't take the pain, so I went to the hospital because I couldn't take the pain anymore. So I went to the hospital. They took blood, urine sample, and Lucky. Yeah.
¿Está grabando?
No.
¿Lo dejo ahí?
Sí.
Está jodiendo.
Um. So they took urine sample and they took blood and everything, and I didn't have anything severe. So my dog's here. Lucky, come here. Come here. So I didn't have anything severe. It finally went away. I was on like three different medication. No, is it three? I was on four different medications so that the pain, the nausea, um, the going to the bathroom all the time, and then they did have to put an IV in me on me because I was very dehydrated of not being able to eat anything. And then finally, like 2 days before I went to, I 2 days before I had to go to Houston, went to, I moved into this house, and then went to, I always worry about dehydration with tummy. Yeah, exactly. I didn't even know I was dehydrated. I just felt like I couldn't sleep because of the pain. I didn't even know I was dehydrated until like they came back and they were like the whole IV situation. Like, um, they're like you're very very dehydrated, and um, if we don't get fluid, some kind of fluid in you, you're gonna pass out. And I didn't even feel anything. So thank goodness that was over with like a day or two before I went to Houston. And then that Monday, because I went to Houston on a on Thursday morning. That Monday of that week, I moved into this house. Um, yes, so in the middle of me, being sick. Hey, Kobe, it is. um, I in the middle of all this, I'm moving. I sold my house. We moved everything into a storage until we figured out where we were gonna live. And then that Monday, I got the keys to my house, and then we finally moved in here. Um, it does. In a matter of days, I was just dehydrated. And then when I moved in here, everything was in boxes, my clothes, everything. And then Tuesday, I went back to work. And then when I went back to work Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I flew out Thursday at 5:30. I think it was 5 a.m. So I literally just packed whatever I had. The makeup was all in one bag, which was this bag. This is where all the makeup was. And so Houston happened, and then I came back. I got in at like 7 at night, and then the next day I had to go back to work, and then we're back. So yeah, and now, and the weather here has been changing. So, hello, Vanessa. Welcome. Yes, this bag is. literally, I think I showed it in one of my lives, how I had it packed, like how I packed it. Um, but now the weather here is so crazy. Yesterday was summer and today is winter. Hopefully we can wrestle it. Yeah. You want pizza? I'm leaving Disney. I saw that. I have a friend that's at Disney right now. I do need like at least how was your yeah, how was your outing with your son? Lucky, come here. Come here, look. My dog's crying. It's pretty cool here today. It I haven't gone outside because I haven't been feeling well, so I literally got up at like 11. I got up at 11 because I went to bed at like 4 in the morning. And we went to bed. I went to bed at like 4 in the morning, and then my throat was just hurting. And I think it was like, I don't even know what the degree is right now outside. No. I think it's like 69 degrees. Oh, yeah, this is my dog. His name's Lucky. He's a brat, though. It was so cute to see you guys, Vanessa. Um, so yeah, I kind of just chilled. This room needs to be fixed and put together. Yeah, so my parents, they clearly have more friends than I do, and they've been having like their own housewarming dinners and parties, and I just have to deal with them. So I haven't invited my two friends because I've been too tired. So they're having their own housewarming. I only benefit from the food that my mom cooks. I've got. I've. I never know if 69. Oh, you because you're Celsius. So 69 degrees is cold, semi cold, I guess, or just something to do in the. It's cold and something to do with the bedroom. It's 69 degrees here. Yes, my mom is a very good cook, so I'm a very chill person, so I don't really care what's going on. And so I just benefit from the food. I just benefit from the food. Is Smudge? Are you in Canada too? Um, since I don't cook, I know my mom says the same thing. My mom's like, "You're never gonna find a man if you don't cook," and I'm just like, "Oh, I need a man to that cooks for me." Wait. Excuse me? I'm actually not that far from. Oh, okay. Hold on. Get out of here. My dog's nosy, so I'm actually not. Oh, well, that's cool. Edmonton. Oh, I passed by there when I drove. I believe I think I passed by Edmonton, Alberta. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Um, when I moved here, I drove from Alaska to Arizona, and I went through Canada, like in the middle of Canada. Wow. Where do you want to be? There's a lot of. When did you do that? I did that trip about 5 years ago. I did that trip 5 years ago when I moved here from and then I've never we stopped in Canada most of the way, but we never we just stopped for a few hours, slept, and then kept going. Yeah, I did it 5 years ago. I moved to Arizona. Hey Rose, how am I feeling? I'm okay. Clearly, as you can see, I'm not sure I've passed through Viking, but have gone by it. Yeah, I'm okay. Clearly, I look like a hot mess, but that's just my everyday. How long was the drive? It was 4 to 5 days, I believe. My dad and I drove. Yeah, I don't remember exactly the names, but my goal is to sleep all day tomorrow. Yeah, we actually didn't. We slept like maybe 5 hours, 6 hours, and then we kept going because my dad had to be back to work, so he only had like 4 days to do the drive. So it was it was about 4 days. So I remember we both drove, like we would take turns and he would sleep and then I would drive. like 10 hours. He would sleep, I would drive, or I would sleep, he would drive. I had this girl at work. Yes. Yeah, I like road trips. I'm that type of person that I just go anywhere I have the time to. Yes, I hope I do too. I hope I do too. Usually Sundays, we spend it with my brother's family, um, so that my parents can spend the day with my niece. So, but what was I saying? I like road trips. I never fly to LA. I always drive. Yesterday's look, I actually used the Jaclyn Hill, one of the Jaclyn Hill palettes, because I needed a shade from there. Yes, I heard that, Jamie, and I think that's so cool. I think that's wonderful. That would be so cool in your caddy, your Cadillac. That would be such a cool road trip. I've been to road tripping. Well, I've been through when I moved here. I know that's gonna be so much fun. My goal this year was to travel, and that's what I did. My goal next year is to continue to travel, but then also continue to like grow my brand. I believe so, Smudge. Oh my goodness. I want cheesecake. I always crave like I always crave sugar and greasy foods. We have to see if we can get it roadworthy. Lots of work to be done yet. Oh my gosh. I bet. I always crave sugar and like greasy foods when I'm sick. Oh, I think you could hear a lot of my background noise because of my mic. I wonder if I turn off that mic. Hold on. I'm messing around with this thing. I think we're good now. I do crave that stuff because I don't. Um, yes, I'm back. I got a mic. So I've been messing around with the audio. Okay, so what was I saying? Jinx. What was I saying? I was saying something. Oh, why I crave because I don't normally. I don't have a sweet tooth, so I don't normally like crave sugar. That's funny. I feel like today has been such a long day, maybe because I haven't done anything. Oh, Elle got her package that I sent her. Yeah, because I can't have them. And then when I can have them, I don't crave it. I'm a mess. Anyway, so I booked my hotel for Houston. And then I also, well, obviously I got the ticket. I don't even know. Honestly, I can't even think that far in advance. Oh my god, I bet. I don't miss those days. Mm-mm. I fell so many times. Like my mom, she fell and she tore one of her ligaments in her thumb and she got like two surgeries and her thumb has like a metal plate in there and it's a whole mess. So I definitely don't miss the winters. The winter here is like, yes, I am staying at the DoubleTree. Um, I told Dee that if I don't remember if I booked a two beds, I might have to book a two bed because I said if anybody, because I know like I'm very reasonable and I know that it's not cheap. So and I'm not rich, so I told Dee that if anybody needs to like share a room, I'm down to share a room. I said the only thing is like don't kill me at night as I sleep. I'll be okay. I want to go so badly, but the cost is just too high right now. I get people to bet on how many times. Oh my god, no. Yeah, and I understand the price of it. Like I bought one of my tickets first and I have to buy my other one. The Hyatt was gross. It did look a little off. But hey, you gotta experience to you gotta experience things to know. I only knew to stay at the DoubleTree because I texted Jen and I said, "Hey Jen, where are you staying? What do you suggest?" Because I don't know. I've never been to Houston. I've been in the airport of Houston, but never been to the actual city. So she told me where to book. So I told Dee, I said, if anybody needs to like stay with, wants to share the cost of a room, like I'm down for that because I get it. Like we're not all, you know, we can't always afford everything. Yeah, I was like, as long as you don't, the person doesn't kill me in my sleep. Or steal my clothes because I might need those. Then we're good. Well, that Hyatt was bad. Well, at least you guys had breakfast because at the DoubleTree, you had to pay for the breakfast if it wasn't included in your booking or in your stay. And I can go again. If I figure something out, I'll. Right, smart. Hey, Jamie. That's okay. Let me tell you a story. I got my tonsils removed because one, I used to get sick all the time, like all the time, and I snored so bad that it was so embarrassing. I This was my teenage years. Like I would never stay. The only way I would sleep over at anybody's house would be like my cousins. Hey, Tank Girl. Oh wow, taco night. We love taco night. Okay, well thank you for stopping by. Um so the only reason I would sleep over anybody's place, it would just be like my cousins. Um that would be the only reason I would sleep over cuz I snored so bad. It was extremely bad. And then I got my tonsils removed and the snoring stopped. But now I still snore a little bit. I mean, when I'm extremely tired, I'll snore loudly. I believe is from what I've been told. Rooming with them. Yeah. Right. Exactly, Jamie. Now I'm just like, I don't care if you snore. I'm a very deep sleeper. I've always been a deep sleeper, like always till now. The other day, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The other day, I got home from work. It takes me an hour to get home because the traffic is ridiculous, and I moved further from my job. Um, so I don't know. It could be so many things. Like it could be that you sleep on the wrong side, or the way you lay, or some shit like that. I don't know. But what was it? But now I'm just like, I don't care because I'm a deep sleeper. The other day I got home and I fell asleep at 5. And if you're wondering why they're singing happy birthdays, because my dad's birthday was last week. Yeah. And these are their friends. So anyway, so I got home. It was like 5 p.m. I fell asleep and I did not get back up until midnight. And I worked the next day. So I went back to sleep and I woke up at 4. I usually wake up 4:30. I slept almost 12 hours. And I'm a deep, deep sleeper. So for all I know, you could turn on a truck next to me when I'm sleeping. I won't wake up. Yes. Thank you guys. Yeah. I took him. I took. We went to dinner the other day. Yeah. So Jamie, if you're able to come, um, good thing you here. Let me do that right now. Hey, D. Welcome to the live. Don't mind the noise. Some people are just too much. Um, but if you're able to come, you can always room with me. Again, as long as you're not gonna kill me. Now I wake up at the. Oh. Wait a second. Okay, you have my number. I know, like I was. Yeah, my dad's birthday was last weekend, and some of his friends didn't make it. So they're having a separate. They're having a housewarming and his birthday at the same time. So. Okay, so looks like I have to rebook this because where is it? Yeah, they're having a party. I'm not in the mood. Okay, let me book this. How are you, D? I'm not as I'm not as much fun as anybody else in their lives. I'm pretty chill. They keep singing. I'm like, could you chill? I'm um I'm book right. D's so awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna book. Oh, okay. I'm telling Jamie that if she's able to come, I told you that I'm okay with sharing a room as long as nobody kills me. Me too. I'm tired. I'm ready for bed. I have a very old soul, guys. Very old soul. So D, turns out they canceled my reservation. But you know what I think it is? I think it was because I had a different one and I went in to cancel it under the same name and I think they just canceled both. So now I have to I'm rebooking it. Okay. Yeah, I'm down to being roommates. You're a protector. I told Vanessa her. I told her too. I told Vanessa I was like, if you don't have, I don't know. I'm down to. Oh wow, Jeffrey said he might if review. Um, I usually know my card number. So I lost my debit card. Right? Right, Smudge? Hey, Louise. I know my card number by memory, so and I lost my debit card. I don't even know where it's at. I'm a whole mess, so it is what it is. Let me just verify that I have the right number. Yeah, good thing I found out now, or else I would have got there and been like, hello? Yeah. That's what she told. I'm streaming on YouTube right now because I was trying to figure. So the streaming thing that I have is I can only do one at a time. I know I have to order a new card, but the thing is, um, it's Bank of America, and it literally takes 5 to 7 business days to get a damn card. And I need my card because I need to use it. So I've been using Apple Pay. I just know it's somewhere in my house. It's somewhere in my house that I don't even know. So, okay, finishing this reservation. And then when I was in Houston, I was going through it with my job as well. I was telling, okay, save to calendar. Um, when I was in, yeah, before I left Houston that week. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I should do that. I have a Bank of America down the street. Because not everywhere they take Apple Pay, and I remember I walked in one day, and I think it was a Sally's. I was gonna buy something, and I didn't have my debit card. I feel like I never have my debit card. And I walked in, and I'm like, "Do you guys take Apple Pay?" And the guy was like, "What?" Yeah, exactly. That always happens to me too. And the guy looked at me, and he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I said, "Apple Pay. I have my phone in my I have my card on my phone, which is a wallet. With smartphones." Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay, the reservation is done. If Jamie's still here, it's I land I land December December 12th at 9 p.m. because I have to work that day, and then I leave December 16th. I think at the same time I left last time, 5:35. Okay, it's done. But so the guy looked at me like I was crazy when I said, "Do you have Apple Pay?" So I was going through it when I went to Houston because I was actually using one. I decided to look for my debit card like the day before I left, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So since then, I've lost it, and I don't know where it's at. So when I went to Houston, I was using my mom's bank account and my mom's card, and it was just a whole fiasco. Let me tell you, because I was yeah, I did that last time. I got there Thursday at like I think I got there at like 10 a.m. But they didn't have my room ready until like noon because I went to hang out with Jen in her room until they had my room ready. Right. Sally needs to get their shit together. But so before I left, I was using my mom's bank card in Houston. Usually only to like pay certain things, and then um, but yeah, how early are you getting there, and when are you getting there? We need the details. But anyway, so the I get paid every 2 weeks from my job, and the week before I went to Houston was the week that I was supposed to get paid, and I found out the Monday before. So the Monday before that I that Um, yeah, that makes sense. Um, I found out that the account. Okay. The account that I have, that I had my direct deposit go into, was closed, and I was like, I found this out on Monday or Tuesday, and I called Wells Fargo. Of course, that bitch of West Fargo, telling you the worst bank ever. Um, yes, exactly. That's me too. It's a weekend trip for me, and so I call them. So right. Oh, that's a whole nother story telling my parents because they asked me how everything went, and I was telling them about the strip club, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, so so I call Wells Fargo and I'm like, because um accounting at my job close, like they finalize your pay or whatever the Wednesday before the Friday that you get paid, and I found this out on Tuesday, and I called. It was already too late to call Wells Fargo, so Um, I called Wednesday. I think I called Wednesday morning because I'm up at 4:30 in the morning every day. So I called Wells Fargo on my way to work, and I call my way to work, and I'm like, hello, like, I just found out that my account closed, and this is a savings account. A savings account is where my direct deposit goes to, where I don't do anything, and I couldn't do anything. It was just a savings account, and this is just one of many situations that I went through with Wells Fargo. The only reason I still had it was because I had my mortgage through them. That's the only reason I still had the account with them. But um, I called them, and of course, the customer service people are the worst. And I work customer service, and I was like, well, some reason, I was like, somehow and somewhere, my account got closed, and I have no idea why. And then the people were like, oh, yeah, this is what they said. Oh, I do show that your account was closed because somebody reported it stolen or missing, or somebody reported it stolen, and I'm like, what? What do you mean somebody reported it missing? So we're just gonna call up a bank and be like, oh, by the way, blah blah blah's account is stolen. So we're not gonna verify this person's identity. We're just gonna assume this is the account holder and then just close the damn account without even notifying the actual account holder. And I was like, what in the hell do you mean that somebody reported it stolen? And they're like, oh yeah, we closed it because somebody. I'm like, excuse me? I was like, do you understand? I was like, are you gonna understand what huge problem you have just caused me? Because this was Wednesday, the day that my accounting at my work already closed, finalizes your pay. So I have to. So once I get into work, I have to go into my work system, change, put a whole new account in there, and which wasn't didn't go through because they had already finalized my pay to go to that closed account. So Friday comes around, I don't get paid. I don't get paid. I had everything to pay that weekend because it was the end of the month, and I'm just like, what in the world is going on? So it just, oh yeah, ma'am, your account is closed, blah blah blah, and I'm like, you guys are useless. And then they had the nerve to say, because I had just finalized, I literally had signed closing paperwork the week before, and they came. That representative was like, "Oh, you still owe, your loan," and I said, "No, I don't. It's it's paid off because I just sold the house. How the hell do I have my loan still outstanding?" And then, of course, "Oh, one moment, please." And then I'm like, "Okay." And listen, I'm not rude because I work customer service. I work at a call center where I get chewed out maybe once a day, once or twice a day. So I completely understand where I'm not rude to anybody unless it gets out of control. So I said, then they come back, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry, but we do show that, you know, your loan has been paid off." I was like, "Yeah, I just told you that." And then, okay, so I do all of this. On Friday, I don't get paid. I have to call my HR. I call HR. Those people are also very useless. I call them. I let them know. The lady, the first lady, because probably spoke to everybody in the HR department. The lady that I talked to, I told her. I said, "Listen, I updated it. It might not have gone through because it was Wednesday and account blah blah blah. What what can I do to get my pay to go to another account?" And then she was like, "Oh, you need to fill out this paperwork and send it in immediately." I was already in my office, so I was able to print it out, fill it out, and send it. I sent it, and I said, "How long is this gonna take?" And she said, "Oh, we caught it early, so it should be done by the end of the day." I'm thinking I'm gonna have a whole check by the end of my whole work day, and no, I didn't get anything. I didn't get an update. I didn't get a call. I didn't get an email. I didn't get anything. West Fargo just had a major lawsuit because several people in there, like millions, were returned. Yeah, they're always getting sued. Like, and that was just one issue I had with West Fargo. One out of many. And so then that Friday, I got off work. I didn't hear anything. I didn't even get an email saying we're working on your blah blah blah. I call and I say, because the updates were routed to my work email, and I called and I was, "Hey, I'm not gonna be in the office for the next 2 days. Can I have this routed to my personal email?" And they're like, "Yeah, of course." Blah blah blah. I didn't hear anything from anybody on my until Monday that I called. I called and I said, "Hello, I haven't gotten any update. Can somebody give me some kind of update? I need my paycheck." Granted, I'm blessed to have backup in case of these emergencies, of these events, and I was like, they kept telling me, "Oh, they're working on it. Oh, it was assigned to somebody. Oh, I do show that they're working on it." And then, so I said, "Okay." So I called like 3 times on Monday. Every single agent told me something different. One of them told me, "Oh, you didn't read the paperwork. You need to read the paperwork." Hi, weird collared guy. "You need to read the paperwork that says it takes 5 business days." I said, "Excuse me?" I said, "I didn't have time to read the paperwork because the lady told me that it would be done the same day because we caught it early. And I was rushing to get this paperwork sent to you guys. And I was at work. So tell me, when did I have time to read the paperwork when I was assured by somebody else that it would be done the same day? So please tell me, when and where did I have the time?" "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, blah, blah, blah." Again, I was very nice. And then I went back and then I called again. This was all going on the week before and the week I left for Houston. going into Houston as well. And then I didn't call Tuesday because I was assured again that everything was gonna be handled. And what makes me even more mad is that this is the company that I work for. So then I call on Wednesday. I'm leaving Thursday and I still haven't got any money from my check. I'm leaving Thursday. I call Wednesday. I literally called 5 times on Wednesday. 5 times. Hey, Carrie. Thank you for joining the live. I'm going off about all the shit I went through before I went to Houston with my job and stuff. So it's just a whole rant. And so then that Wednesday before I left, I called 5 times and I finally had enough. I had enough because the first call I did, the lady was like, "Oh yeah, it looks like we're waiting on since Friday." They said, "Oh, it looks like you're waiting on your bank, the closed account." Exactly, Smudge. You would think the company I work for, a corporate company, huge with billions of dollars, would get their shit together. So then, that's what the lady told me in the first call. And this first call was at 5 a.m. in the morning because they're on the East Coast, right? And so then I call, and the lady said, "Oh, we're still waiting for your bank to return the funds so we can reissue your check." I said, "Excuse me?" And so then I called my bank. I said, I'm not going to wait on anybody. I called my bank. I said, "Hello, at this time I'm hella mad. I'm extremely mad." Cover their edges. I'm so mad that I was just like, I called the bank. I called Wells Fargo and I said, "Listen, you closed my account because apparently somebody else called it in saying that it was stolen and it wasn't me, and you guys didn't have the courtesy to actually tell the owner of the bank account that somebody else called it in stolen. So because of that, I need you to send my direct deposit because you've caused this huge inconvenience for my life." I need you to send, or I need you to tell me when these funds were sent back to my company. Oh, they were gonna start with the business days again. I said, "I don't want to hear the business days again." Hi, Jocelyn. And so then the lady's like, "Oh," she actually got something done. She said, "Oh, we sent the funds back within 2 business days of the day that your company sent the funds." So yeah, I'm mad. Well, I was mad. I'm still mad, but I'm over it by now. But so this was on Wednesday. That was the first call on Wednesday before I went to Houston. And then that's what the lady said. So if I said, "Okay, 2 business days. Are we counting Friday or are we starting Monday?" Because this was done on Friday. I said, "Are we counting Friday as a business days or are we starting Monday?" Regardless, the funds should have been there either Monday or Tuesday back to my company. So then I said, "Thank you very much, ma'am." And then I called my company again, my HR, and I said, "I'm not going to go back and search." And this guy literally was just the last straw for me. Like the last straw for me. Yes, it is, Carrie. This guy, he had. I went off, and I was sitting at my desk. I work in a call center, so somebody else is sitting right next to me. She's a friend, so um, she was like, "I've never seen you so mad." I don't get mad. Like literally, it takes a lot for you to like get me really really mad. I'm very patient. I'm very chill. Like I don't like conflict. Like I avoid it at all costs. Like if you don't like me, that's great. I don't. It doesn't faze me. But this guy, so I called and I said, listen, I'm not gonna explain the story again because I'm sure you can see that I've called several times. And he had the nerve to say, "Oh yeah, you've called several times." I said, "Yes, I have, and I will continue to." And then I said I called my bank. They sent the funds back to you guys, so I don't know what is taking so long. I said, um, it was done within 2 business days, so you would have gotten your money back, my check, by Monday or Tuesday. So I'm gonna need an update because somebody keeps telling me a different story, and I'm gonna need somebody to get it under control. I said your communication is absolutely garbage, and then he said, "Oh, ma'am, I'm sorry to say, but it's gonna take 7 business days." I said, "No, it's not." I said, I said, "I don't want to hear that." I said, "Somebody told me it was gonna be done the same day." All right, Jamie, bye. I said, somebody told me it was gonna be, have a good night. It was gonna be done the same day, which was Friday. On Monday, I called. Somebody said 5 business days. Now you're telling me 7 business days. So should I wait till my next paycheck comes in for that paycheck to come in with it, or what? And he's like, "Well, no, that's not what I said." I said, "You said 5 business days." I said, "You said 7 business days. It's already Wednesday. My next check comes next week, so should I wait till then because you guys can't seem to get it under control?" And he was like, "Well, ma'am, I'm sorry, but it looks like." I said, "What do you mean it looks like?" He's like, "I don't see any notes in the system." I said, "I don't care what you see because every time I call there, it's a different story. And now you're telling me that there's absolutely no notes in there that I've called several times. So who's telling the truth?" I said, how am I gonna call my HR company from my word to be told I don't know what's going on? If you don't know, how am I supposed to know? I don't have the information in front of me. And so I went off on the guy. I said, "Are you gonna pay my bills?" I said, and he was like, "Oh, I apologize." And I said, "No, you don't, because you clearly don't care because you got paid, right?" "Yes, ma'am," he said. And I said, "I didn't. Are you gonna pay my bills?" I said, "Do you understand that this is a huge inconvenience for anybody and whoever goes through this?" I said, "Oh, because they told me, oh, we're gonna escalate it." He said, "You knew." He said he knew you called. Exactly. Yeah, he said you called several times. I said, "Yes, I did. And I will continue to call until I get my paycheck." I said, people live, there's people out there that need those checks. And for you guys to be playing games back and forth, somebody saying yes and the other. Another lady said, "Oh, we're going to escalate this to my manager." And he said, "That's not a thing." I said, "Okay, somebody's lying." Because this was Wednesday. On top of that, I was leaving for Houston the next morning. It's worse than it. Yes, it is. I left. My flight to Houston was at 5 a.m. Thursday morning. This was Wednesday. On top of that, I get off work. I have a flat tire. So everything was just going absolutely wrong for me. And I finally said, after 2 phone calls later, because I told him, I said, "I'm going to call back. I will be calling back." I said, "I'm going to call back." Girl would have. Yeah. Again, it took me days for me to lose my shit. It took me days. And I finally told the guy, I said, "I cannot be doing people's jobs." Exactly. And that's what I told him. I was like, "You clearly do not understand." I said, "People need their money." I was like, "Do you not understand that, sir? Are you going to pay my bills? Are you going to pay the people's bills?" Absolutely not. That's what I thought. And so then I told him, and then I finally said, so I got off work. I had a flat tire. Go figure. I had to wait for my dad to come fix my car or fix the tire. Um, and that was a almost hour because by that time it's already rush hour. And the new place where I live, it's an hour away from work. So add the time. So then I said, oh, you know what? I'm going to call back and see what the status of this situation is. And so I called back. The lady was going to start. She was going to start and be like, oh, well, ma'am, business days. I said, no. I said, let's start out with this. Let me tell you one thing, ma'am. I don't want to hear about business days. I don't want to hear, I'm sorry for your inconvenience. I don't want to hear any of that because at this point, you're not sorry. Nobody cares besides me. Yeah, I had everything go wrong. So then I said, I don't want to hear that. I want a solution to this problem. I said, I want to hear that something is getting done. And then she's like, oh, bless her heart. She's actually really nice. I said, I want to hear that something is in process, something's getting done. And so then she's like, let me check. Because the accountant or the payroll lady that was assigned to my case, didn't want to speak to me. She's probably like, fuck her. I don't want to speak to her. Who cares about her money, you know? And I was so mad. And so I can hear her typing. You know how when you call to a call center, because I'm sure people can hear me typing. And she's like, oh, let me reach out. I'm like, yes, please. And somehow the please and the thank yous came out too, because that's just who I am. And she came back and she said, oh, and this even got me more mad too, because she came back and said, oh, I do show that they reissued you a check and it's going to be overnighted at FedEx. I said, hold up. I said, no. I said, absolutely not. That's not what's going to happen, because I specifically told 3 different agents that and I wrote it on the paper that I don't know where the hell that paper went when it got faxed, that I needed it direct deposit. And she's like, no, ma'am, it looks like we're going to reissue you a check and it should be there within the next business day. And I said, no, you're not. And then she's like, what do you mean? And I said, you're going to direct deposit my paycheck into my bank that has been updated over a week ago. And then she's like, let me check. I said, please check. And then she comes back. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. It looks like we are reissuing you your pay. It's going to go into the bank account that you updated on Wednesday the week before. I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, so how long is this going to take? And she's like, well, it's direct deposit. So I'm thinking, I'll get it Thursday when I land, giving it time when I land in Houston, right? I wake up at 3:30 in the morning to get my ass to the airport. I'm sitting there looking. Usually when I get paid about 3 in the morning because it's Eastern time, so whatever. Oh my God, I'm losing shit right now. As you're right. At this point, you had no reason to believe you. Exactly. I was blessed enough to, ask my dad and be like, listen, this is the situation. Whenever at this point, I was going to F somebody up real quick, or if I had to travel to the East Coast to go to the damn HR office, I would have done it. And so I was blessed to have my dad and my parents to help me out at the moment. I said, listen, I don't know how long this shit is going to take. So then Thursday comes around, absolutely nothing. I said, okay, it was reissued. Friday comes around. At this point, when Friday came around, I didn't give a shit. I was just like, I'll deal with this when I get back to Arizona, when I get back to my job. Well, Friday comes around, I get an email. I finally got the email, the updates that I was supposed to get a week and a half ago. Oh, your case is closed. And so I was like, oh no, you are not closing my case. And then I went to check my bank account and it was finally there. All of this a week later. Probably 10 phone calls later. That was all the shit I was going through before Houston and after Houston. And that was nothing compared to the other stuff that was going on. I had just moved into this house. I didn't have any clothes. The clothes that I had were dirty, and then everything was in boxes. I had to figure out where all my shit was. And it was just like, I said, never again am I dealing with these people. Oh, and then in the meantime, since I moved, I had to change my address and my information in my work history. Had you not have exactly. That's why I did it during work time because you're not paying me to call you a trillion times to tell you to do your job because somebody has to get paid. So then, in the meantime I had changed my address on my work system, and that one of the ladies wanted to come back and say, "Oh, your address changed, so that's gonna cause a problem." I said, if somebody tells me one more thing that I do not want to hear, somebody's gonna get hurt. Like, I told the guy, how are you? I was like, how? I said, make this make sense. When I'm calling you, you have my information. You know what the process is, or whatever the case is. How are you? How am I gonna call and somebody tell me I don't know when this is your job? I said, well, if you don't know, how am I supposed to know? You're the one that has my information. So how am I? I was like, if it was up to me, this would have been done 2 days ago. Tell me it's gonna take 2 business days. Okay, 2 business days. Great. But it took almost a week and a half. So imagine if I didn't call anybody. What nothing would have gotten done. Like, I was just like, and imagine if I was like a contractor. I am an employee of this place, and I get treated this way. Like, I was I was livid. Like, and then exactly, Carrie, and that's what I told the guy that I went off on. He had no sympathy whatsoever. I told him, I said, your customer service is absolutely garbage. I said, it's trash. I said, the communication within your coworkers or whatever it is also trash. I said, we work for the same company, and this is the way you're gonna treat me. I said, if this was your paycheck, how would you act? Like, I was like, and he just had no sympathy whatsoever. He was just like, no, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. And I was like, you call me ma'am one more time, somebody's gonna have some issues because. And again, it takes so much for me to get mad. Like, but it's like one, and allegedly they marked it as urgent and a very sensitive matter. It sure looked like it was. It was just a mess. And then Wells Fargo is another garbage customer service. Let's not even talk about that garbage. I'm just dragging everybody as I go. Sorry you guys had to sit through me rambling. But that's all the shit I went through before I went to Houston and partial of my trip when I was there. Right. Yeah, it's urgent. No, it's not. I'm telling you, when they do. I have several rants. I never go on them because it's just like, even thinking about it gets me all really messed. It gets me so mad because I'm like, you guys really fucked me up. Like, I'm glad I don't bank with Wells Fargo anymore. But that's the other thing. Like, how are you gonna? This all started because of West Fargo. How are you gonna close? How does that make sense? How are you gonna close somebody's account because somebody else decided they wanted to call and say that the account was stolen? So, where is the security in? Oh, and they did. I had a couple bucks in there. Because I never leave, with them, I never leave money in there because they like to steal your money. Well, they stole those couple bucks. It was just like, it was a mess. And, like, the accounts that I had a set of accounts with them, like a checkings and a savings. Well, that got fraud on it because somebody decided to go into my account and do all their business in there. And so then I finally caught it. I caught it like a few days later and I called West Fargo. Yeah, I'm not surprised when they got sued. They're always getting sued. And when I tell you filing fraud, what is it, complaints or whatever, or like tickets or whatever it is that they call those shit, that shit. Um, I would call every day, because when the fraud thing was going on, I had money in there, and they were messing with my money too. And to get Wells Fargo to pay me my money back was a hassle. They were like, "Oh, you didn't file a ticket for that, and you didn't put a ticket for that." And I was like, you know what? You people need to get it under control because I don't have time. Are you gonna pay me for the time that I'm wasting on the phone with you guys because this agent couldn't submit a ticket for all my inconveniences because of you guys? Like, hello. But anyway, those are my rants for the day. Yeah, me too. Yeah, the credit union that we're using is a good one so far. So, rant on if you need to. Well, that was my major rant. Yeah, because that was a huge, like, I was over it. I was over it when I was in Houston because of those people. Like, but I haven't gone on a rant. I haven't had any. Any people get me mad lately. So, but I'm excited for Houston in December. It's gonna be fun. What time is it where you guys are at? I'm tired. I'm doing nothing. You're bringing your son? That's awesome. My mom usually travels with me when I go to like LA or stuff. No, Carrie. So, since I moved in, um, last last weekend was my dad's birthday, so we celebrated it with my brother's family, and his friends wanted to come over, so they're going they're doing their business over there. They're karaokeing and stuff like that. That will be a road trip. Like I was saying, my mom usually travels with me because she likes to travel, and I usually take her with me. Um, let's Google him. Where's my mouse? There it is. Let's Google. He's an actor. Okay, let's see. Zach Miller. Maybe I should put actor. I know. I saw Dustin. What is actor? Dustin tweet you about you guys. About you guys karaoke. I'm not. I can't sing for crap. So not Miller. Why did I say Miller? My dyslexia. I'm so sorry, Carrie. Aww. He's 23 years old. Okay. I'm older than him. How cute. Was he like on Disney Channel? I swear, some people Google the weirdest things. I'm very shy too, so I didn't really like talk about like the Houston trip on I guess my channel. I'm not very I'm not used to being around so many people, and I'm very shy. So I'm very shy. So it's mainly why I was very quiet. Um, oh, okay. Um, so he wants to go behind the scenes. That's good too. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't I didn't really like film anybody because I feel like I just I didn't know anybody besides Jen, Nick, Rich. I didn't know D either. Um, I only knew Nick, Rich, and Jen. So I was like I didn't know anybody, and I'm very shy, and I just don't know. Yeah, I'm very friendly. Like I just try to mingle and be respectful to everybody. It's the main thing that I always say. Say hello, you know, and I go off of people's vibes, which is weird. I guess I go off of people's vibes. So like, even if I feel something weird, I just I'm respectful enough to just communicate with you, and yeah. But I'm very shy, so and I feel like and it's because I really just I don't go out. I don't have much friends, but I think that a lot of the a lot of the people that were there made it very comfortable. They weren't weird or anything like that. Yeah, I got comfortable. Like I feel like there were so many people that we were all trying to get to know each other. That sometimes that I think that I didn't get to know like sit and talk to a lot of people. I talked to Vanessa. I know D. D already knew. I think she already knew me. I don't know. Um, Jamie, she was so cute. Carrie, you were hilarious. Um, exactly, Smudge. I always feel like I'm intruding, and yeah, I always feel like I'm intruding in like a conversation if somebody's having with somebody else, or I feel like they've already been friends, and I feel like I'm intruding. It's just, it's just. It, I think a lot goes through my mind at once that it just kind of like makes me very very shy. Yes, I wish I had spent more time with you. I wish I had spent more like talked to you and like hung out and stuff. And Jamie too. I think you guys are hilarious. I think I spoke to Faith. I love Faith too. She's so cool. No, no. No, never. I always felt that way because I felt like everyone had some kind of connection, and obviously I was with Jen, and me and Jen, right. Yeah. Yes, everyone was very nice. Nobody, and nobody was, going off or doing, you know. So that was the good part. I liked it. So it was really nice. I had fun. I didn't have fun with the cold though. I hate the cold. Yeah. I might have to like move to my room Carrie, when are you going to be in Houston? I know you said you were arriving early. Oh, your son was in the Santa Claus 3? I didn't know that. Super 8? Okay, so you arrived the same day I do. Hopefully. Aw. I still have the page up, so that's why I'm looking. I'm lurking. Alright. I think I've been on here enough. Yeah, I land. No, I'm not going. I wasn't invited. Well, one, the tickets are like $100. No. And that's another plane ticket. Because I think hers is at the beginning of December. I don't know. But, yeah, I land on the 12th at 9 p.m. And, yeah. I leave. I leave. Well, my plan is to leave Monday at like 5 p.m. But I still need to buy that ticket. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I'm not going. It doesn't make sense for me to go because it would, I don't even know who's going. I wasn't invited. I'm not Teresa's friend like that. So with Nick is different because I'm friends with Nick. Okay, I think I'm gonna log off. Yeah, me too, Carrie. Me too. Nick is just very welcoming, and he. Yeah, that's the other thing I saw. I was like, who's all going? Like, what influencers are gonna be there? We are in the same hotel too. Yes. Did you book through the link? Yes. It was very nice chatting with you guys. Bye, Carrie. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for listening to my rants. And I'll see you soon. If I can figure out how to close this. Oh, okay. Uh, okay. I'll just talk to you later. Don't worry. I probably won't keep this chat up or this live up. Okay, good night. Good night, weird color guy. Bye, Smudge. Yes, I'll try. Thank you. Bye, Carrie. And bye, whoever else is in here, because this says 5, but I don't know. Bye.